What if I told you that 5 simple things you do every day are silently destroying your testosterone levels? Things so common that you would never suspect them of stealing your masculine vitality. Most men have never been told the real reason their energy and drive fade year after year. I am Dr. Eva Hart, a certified urologist with 14 years of experience working with men over 60. I have seen thousands of men convinced that declining masculinity is just aging. But here is what I have learned: it does not have to be this way. This is a topic that feels uncomfortable to discuss, but silence only makes everything worse. You are not powerless against this decline. In this video, I will reveal 5 hidden testosterone killers affecting you right now. These are everyday habits that modern life has normalized, but your body was never designed to handle. This is about reclaiming your confidence and identity as a man. The 5th killer is the most surprising of all, something doctors rarely discuss, yet it might be the most powerful factor determining whether you wake up feeling strong or just a shadow of who you once were. If this resonates with you, share in the comments what speaks to you. Let me know what topics interest you most. But first, let me tell you about something happening to your body while you sleep that will change how you think about bedtime forever. Here is something that quietly happens to most men over 60, and it starts the moment your head hits the pillow. Your body is supposed to produce most of its testosterone while you sleep, specifically during deep sleep phases. But if you are getting less than 6 hours of quality sleep, or if your sleep is constantly interrupted, your testosterone production drops by 10 to 15% for every hour of sleep you miss. I have noticed something troubling in my years of practice. Countless men tell me the same thing. "Doctor, I used to sleep like a baby, but now I am up 3 times a night." They think it is just aging, but what they do not realize is that poor sleep creates a vicious cycle. Low testosterone makes it harder to stay asleep, and poor sleep makes testosterone levels drop even further. The science behind this is fascinating and alarming. During deep sleep, your brain releases luteinizing hormone, which signals your testicles to produce testosterone. When sleep is fragmented or insufficient, this critical communication breaks down. Your body literally cannot manufacture the hormones you need to feel masculine and energetic. Sleep apnea is particularly devastating for testosterone production. When your breathing stops and starts throughout the night, your body thinks it is under constant stress. This triggers cortisol release, which directly blocks testosterone production. The result? You wake up feeling exhausted, not refreshed, and your masculine energy continues to drain away night after night. But the damage goes beyond just feeling tired. Poor sleep affects every system in your body that supports masculine health. Your metabolism slows down, making weight gain easier. Your immune system weakens. Your ability to build and maintain muscle decreases. Your mental sharpness declines. All of these factors create a cascade that further suppresses testosterone production. Here is what research shows works: creating a cool, dark sleeping environment, going to bed at the same time every night, and addressing sleep apnea if you have it. Keep your bedroom between 65 to 68 degrees. Remove all electronic devices at least 1 hour before sleep. If you snore or your partner notices you stop breathing during sleep, get evaluated for sleep apnea immediately. One of my patients struggled with broken sleep for years. He thought it was normal for a 65-year-old man. Through addressing his sleep apnea with a simple CPAP machine and improving his sleep hygiene, his testosterone levels increased by 90 points in just 4 months. More importantly, he told me he felt like he had his life back. But sleep is just the beginning. There is something else that is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, something you might eat every day that is actively working against your hormonal health. What I am about to tell you about modern food will shock you. I have noticed something disturbing among my patients, and it has nothing to do with prescription medications or medical procedures. It has to do with what is on their dinner plates. The modern diet has become a testosterone destroyer, and most men have no idea they are eating their masculine vitality away. Here is what most doctors will not tell you: processed foods, especially those high in sugar and trans fats, create a hormonal disaster in your body. Every time you eat a fast food meal, drink a sugary beverage, or snack on processed foods, you are triggering insulin spikes that directly interfere with testosterone production. Let me be clear about what happens in your body. When you eat processed foods, your blood sugar skyrockets. Your body releases insulin to bring it down. But here is the problem. High insulin levels signal your body to store fat, particularly around your midsection. And belly fat produces an enzyme called aromatase that converts testosterone into estrogen. You are literally feminizing your hormonal profile with every processed meal. The inflammatory compounds in processed foods make this even worse. Trans fats, artificial preservatives, and high fructose corn syrup create chronic inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation disrupts the delicate hormonal pathways that produce testosterone. Your testicles cannot function properly in an inflamed environment. But it gets worse. Many processed foods contain xenoestrogens, chemicals that mimic estrogen in your body. These are found in plastic packaging, food additives, and preservatives. When you consume these regularly, you are flooding your system with estrogen-like compounds that compete with testosterone for receptor sites. One of my patients was eating what he thought was a healthy diet: whole grain cereals, low-fat yogurt, diet sodas, and processed protein bars, all marketed as healthy choices. His testosterone levels were in the basement. When he switched to real foods, eggs, meat, vegetables, fruits, his levels increased by 150 points in 6 months. He lost 20 pounds without trying and told me his energy was better than it had been in a decade. The solution is not complicated, but it requires a shift in thinking. Stop eating anything that comes in a box, bag, or wrapper. If it has more than 5 ingredients or ingredients you cannot pronounce, avoid it. Your great-grandfather would not recognize most of what is sold as food today, and neither does your body. Focus on single-ingredient foods: meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruits, nuts. These foods provide the nutrients your body needs to produce hormones naturally. They do not spike insulin, they reduce inflammation, and they support healthy testosterone production. If you are reading this and it resonates with you, type a + sign in the comments. It is important for me to know that this information is helping you. But here is what might shock you even more. There is a type of diet that almost every health expert recommends, yet it is systematically destroying testosterone levels in men over 60. This dietary approach has been pushed for decades, and it is completely wrong for masculine health. Here is what most nutritionists will not tell you, and it goes against everything you have heard about healthy eating for the past 30 years. Low-fat diets, the ones that have been recommended for heart health for decades, are testosterone killers. Your body needs healthy fats to produce hormones, and when you eliminate them, you are eliminating the building blocks of masculinity. I have seen countless men follow strict low-fat diets, thinking they are doing everything right for their health. They eat fat-free yogurt, skinless chicken breast, and avoid eggs because of cholesterol fears. They choose margarine over butter, egg whites over whole eggs, and lean cuts of meat exclusively. Meanwhile, their testosterone levels plummet, their energy disappears, and they cannot understand why they feel so terrible despite eating healthy. The biochemistry is clear and undeniable. Testosterone is made from cholesterol. When you follow a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet, you are depriving your body of the raw materials it needs to produce this critical hormone. Your testicles literally cannot make testosterone without adequate cholesterol and healthy fats. Science confirms what I see in my practice every day. Men who follow Mediterranean-style diets, rich in olive oil, nuts, eggs, and fatty fish, maintain significantly higher testosterone levels than those on low-fat diets. Studies show that men consuming diets with 35 to 40% healthy fats have testosterone levels that are 13% higher than men on low-fat diets. But the damage from low-fat diets goes beyond just testosterone. When you eliminate fats, you typically replace those calories with carbohydrates, often refined carbohydrates. This creates the insulin spikes and inflammation that further suppress hormone production. You create a perfect storm for hormonal disaster. The pharmaceutical industry benefits enormously from this dietary deception. When men follow low-fat diets, develop low testosterone, and lose their vitality, they become customers for testosterone replacement therapy. But the real solution is not medication, it is nutrition. Here is what your body actually needs. Healthy saturated fats from grass-fed meat and dairy, monounsaturated fats from olive oil and avocados, omega-3 fatty acids from fish and walnuts. These fats do not just support testosterone production, they improve brain function, reduce inflammation, and help you feel satisfied and energetic. One gentleman came to me after following a strict low-fat diet recommended by his cardiologist. His testosterone was barely detectable, his energy was gone, and he was gaining weight despite eating very little. When we added healthy fats back to his diet, eggs for breakfast, olive oil on salads, nuts as snacks, his testosterone tripled in 4 months. The solution is not complicated. Include healthy fats in every meal. Cook with coconut oil or grass-fed butter. Eat whole eggs, not just egg whites. Choose fatty fish over lean fish. Add avocado to your salads. Your body knows what it needs. You just have to stop listening to outdated dietary advice. But even if you perfect your diet and sleep, there is an invisible enemy that might be undermining all your efforts. It is everywhere in modern life, and it is probably affecting you right now as you watch this video. This enemy is so pervasive that most men do not even recognize it as dangerous. Let me tell you about something that is quietly happening to millions of men, something that has become so normalized in our society that we barely recognize it as dangerous anymore. Chronic stress has become the background noise of modern life, but what most men do not realize is that it is systematically destroying their testosterone levels every single day. Here is what happens in your body when you are constantly stressed. Your adrenal glands release cortisol, your primary stress hormone. Cortisol is useful for short-term emergencies. It helped our ancestors survive life-threatening situations. But when it stays elevated day after day, month after month, it directly blocks testosterone production. Think of it as your body choosing survival over masculinity. The mechanism is both simple and devastating. Cortisol and testosterone are made from the same building blocks in your body. When you are chronically stressed, your body diverts all available resources to cortisol production, leaving nothing for testosterone. It is a zero-sum game, and stress always wins. I have observed something particularly troubling among men in high-stress professions. Research shows that male medical interns who work under extreme stress have testosterone levels that are 250 points lower than men in less stressful jobs. That is not a small difference. That is the difference between feeling vital and feeling defeated. But stress in modern life goes far beyond work pressure. Financial worries, relationship conflicts, health concerns, caring for aging parents, and the constant bombardment of negative news all trigger the same cortisol response. Your body cannot tell the difference between being chased by a predator and being stuck in traffic or watching the evening news. The physiological response is identical. Technology has made this worse. The blue light from screens disrupts sleep patterns. Social media creates constant comparison and anxiety. The 24-hour news cycle keeps us in a state of perpetual alarm. Our nervous systems are not designed for this level of chronic stimulation. The impact on testosterone is immediate and severe. Within hours of a stressful event, testosterone levels can drop by 20% or more. If the stress becomes chronic, testosterone production can be suppressed for months or even years. This is why many men notice their energy and drive disappearing during particularly stressful periods of their lives. But here is what gives me hope. The body wants to heal. When you address chronic stress, testosterone levels can recover remarkably quickly. I have seen men increase their testosterone by 100 points or more just by implementing effective stress management techniques. The natural approach to managing stress does not require medication or extensive therapy, though both can be helpful. It requires recognizing that stress management is not a luxury, it is a necessity for maintaining masculine vitality. Simple practices like deep breathing exercises, regular physical activity, time spent in nature, and meaningful social connections can dramatically reduce cortisol levels and allow testosterone to recover. One of my patients was a successful businessman who came to me with virtually no testosterone production. He was working 70-hour weeks, sleeping 4 hours a night, and living on stress and caffeine. When he implemented basic stress management, 20 minutes of morning meditation, evening walks, and setting boundaries with work, his testosterone levels increased by 200 points in 3 months. But here is the final and perhaps most shocking testosterone killer. It is something that affects nearly every man over 60, yet it is almost never addressed by conventional medicine. This factor might be the most powerful of all in determining your masculine vitality. Here is something that will change how you think about your health forever. Excess weight, particularly around your midsection, is not just a cosmetic issue or even just a heart health issue. It is a testosterone-destroying machine that gets more powerful every day you carry those extra pounds. Most men do not realize that fat tissue, especially belly fat, actively works against masculine hormones. Every pound of excess fat contains enzymes that convert testosterone into estrogen. You are not just carrying extra weight, you are carrying a hormone conversion factory that is feminizing your body chemistry every single day. The enzyme responsible for this conversion is called aromatase, and it is concentrated in abdominal fat tissue. The more belly fat you have, the more aromatase you produce, and the more testosterone gets converted to estrogen. This creates a vicious cycle. Lower testosterone makes it easier to gain weight, and more weight makes testosterone levels drop even further. Excess weight also increases insulin resistance, which further suppresses testosterone production. High insulin levels directly inhibit the production of sex hormone-binding globulin, the protein that carries testosterone through your bloodstream. The result is less available testosterone for your body to use. Men with a body mass index over 30 have testosterone levels that are 25% lower than men of normal weight. Men with severe obesity can have testosterone levels that are 50% lower. This is not a small effect. This is a massive hormonal disruption. But here is the hope that I want every man to understand. This process is completely reversible. Research shows that losing just 10% of your body weight can increase testosterone levels by up to 85 points. That is not a small improvement. That is life-changing. One gentleman came to me weighing 240 pounds, feeling exhausted every day and convinced that his declining energy was just part of aging. Through natural weight loss, focusing on real foods and regular movement, he lost 35 pounds over 8 months. His testosterone levels increased by 180 points, and he told me he felt like the man he used to be. The solution does not require extreme measures. Focus on building muscle mass through resistance training, which naturally increases testosterone production. Protein at every meal. Move your body every day, even if it is just a 20-minute walk. The good news is that your body wants to return to balance. You just have to give it the opportunity. Your masculinity can be restored naturally. Sleep better by creating a cool, dark environment and addressing sleep disorders. Eat real foods instead of processed garbage. Include healthy fats in your diet despite decades of bad advice. Manage stress through simple daily practices. Maintain a healthy weight through proper nutrition and regular movement. These are not complicated interventions, but they address the root causes of declining testosterone rather than just masking symptoms. Your body knows how to be healthy and vital. You just have to remove the obstacles that modern life has placed in its way. Subscribe for more evidence-based approaches to men's health, and let me know in the comments which factors surprised you most.